Hey guys, what's going on? It's Kaiger1324 up here today with another pickups videos. Of course, doing it outside. I always like to do my videos outside if I can, because you know, nice environment, can't really complain, good weather. And today I've got some good stuff. I've got quite a fair amount of stuff. Of course, un momento. Of course, I treated my son to a few things. I got him some stacking rings, and I got him a paddling pool for him to have a little bit of a splash about, whatever you want to call it. And I also got him a little Donald Duck outfit. I was going to get him a Captain America one, but the Donald Duck one looked pretty cool, and perhaps he's inside at the moment. And I've not long been back from town, and I've got some good stuff. All games, no DVDs today, so for those of you who don't like seeing the DVDs, all games. And I spent about £45 in total on myself for all of this stuff, give or take. So yeah, and I also had to get Heather some headphones, but I've got some really good stuff. Now I've got 3 bags here. One's from Oxfam, one's from Game City, local game shop, and one from CX. We'll start with the one from Oxfam first. So the Oxfam in Reading is really good because they often have quite a fair amount of games. Now, when I say a fair amount for a charity shop. Most charity shops normally have 1 or 2. This one normally always stocks at least about 30 to 40 games, which is really good. I got one PS2 game, and that's X-Men Legends, and this was £1.99. I don't own the first X-Men Legends, so I thought I had to get this game. It's a pretty decent game. It's very much like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, if you like that game. You know, top-down beat-em-up, 4 playable characters in a team at once. You know, different X-Men's and stuff like that. Yeah, there's 15 X-Men's in this game you can play as. Pretty good game. I played a little bit of the second one, and I think I have the second one on PS2 and original Xbox. I'm not sure if I've just got the PS2 version. I have to double check that. But I knew I didn't have the first one for £1.99. I couldn't complain. But this is something pretty cool in here. Now, like I said, they normally have PS2 games and Xbox 360 and PS3 games normally. Sometimes they have some PS1 games, but they actually had 2 Dreamcast games. Now, the other one I didn't get, and that was Crazy Taxi, because it was £10.99, which actually is... I don't know how much Crazy Taxi on Dreamcast is going for, but for me, a charity shop, if they have set prices for games and then some games are more expensive, I tend not to get them unless I really, really want it. And to be honest, I already have Crazy Taxi on PS2, and I also have it on Xbox 360 and also my Xbox One, so I've already got my copies of Crazy Taxi. But the Dreamcast, I do not own a Dreamcast. It is a system that was around when I was a kid. I didn't really know anyone who had one. I knew of the Dreamcast. I remember because I used to see it in game shops and things like that. Never really interested me as a kid, but as an adult, the Dreamcast is a system I hear that's really, really good. Now, Dreamcast these days are going for about 50-60 quid, at least in CEX they're about 50 quid, so perhaps I'll pick a Dreamcast up sometime soon in the future. And like I said in the last video, we are planning to move, so you know. So they had this one, and it was £1.99, and that's just UEFA Striker. It is a sports game, but I feel £1.99 for a Dreamcast game, sport game or not, is pretty decent. And the case is in very good condition, and I've never really opened a Dreamcast case before. And of course, you've got your blue disc in there, and the manual is at the back, and it is complete. I've never opened a Dreamcast case before, so this is something new to me. My first Dreamcast game. It's a football game. Yes, I don't really care much for football games, but I can't really complain. For £1.99 for a Dreamcast game, that is a fantastic deal no matter what game it is, because Dreamcast is getting quite collectible now. This system is coming back in a big way, and those people who own a Dreamcast, they always tell you Dreamcast is a great console. It's kind of like the original Xbox of the PS2, PS1 era, because there was the N64, which was the least powerful system. Then there was the PS1, and then the Dreamcast actually was the most powerful system. It was around the time of you know, early 2000s, so, you know, this is a game that, again, and it's pretty cool because you can actually use an arcade stick with it if you want. Let me know in the comments below, is this a good game? Is it worth anything? And also let me know in the comments below, should I get a Dreamcast? I might have to, now that I've got a game for it. When I have a game for a system, I'm more than likely go out and buy the system. So I was very happy to get that. Then from CES, we have 2 PS2 games, 1 Xbox 360 game, and two Xbox One games, 1 360 and 2 PS2. We'll start off with the PS2 games. Tom and Jerry, War of the Whiskers, £2.50. I don't have any other Tom and Jerry game other than the one on PS1, so I was happy to find this game actually. Of course, I love Tom and Jerry, and I think this is sort of like a battle royale, not a battle royale game, similar game to maybe Power Stone, that sort of style game, an arena fight, I guess, almost, you know. And I love Tom and Jerry, so I had to have this game in my collection. Plus, it's a game that I didn't own, of course, going for a full PS2 collection. And also picked up for £1.50, and both of these are in great condition, by the way. Die Hard Vendetta. I played this game back in the day on the GameCube, and it's a pretty good game actually. It's a pretty fun game actually. It's one of them games you wouldn't think is actually that good. It's not great, but it's decent enough. And like I said, it had a GameCube. I played the GameCube version, and I believe, I'm not sure, but I'm sure the GameCube version didn't have multiplayer. I might be wrong, because this includes multiplayer mode and the making of. And I believe the GameCube version didn't have multiplayer. I might be wrong. Let me know in the comments below. £1.50. And on the Xbox 360 for £3.50, a great condition game again. Green Lantern, Rise of the Manhunters. This is an avid superhero game. It's not one of the best superhero games, but it's not the worst. I played it before, never finished it. I rented it actually. I never finished it. So, and what I did play, I actually semi-enjoyed. And this is a co-op game, which is good. So it's a game that I could play with someone if I want to. It isn't backwards compatible, unfortunately, but for £3.50, this game's actually surprisingly getting a little bit more uncommon, if you can believe that. All of these games are in great condition, I've got to say. And then 2 Xbox One games I picked up for £6, The Techromancer. I've heard bad things about this game, but some people say it's forgivable. Some people say it's been improved with patches and things. I hate when they do that. They have it the wrong way around. I hate that about Xbox One and PS4 at times. Yeah, it looks like a semi-decent game. I don't know how good this game is. Some say it's good, some say it's bad. But for £6 for an Xbox One game I haven't played or own, I can't really complain. And also for £6 I picked up Prey. I played Prey on the Xbox 360 back in the day, and I thought it was a pretty decent horror game. This one is sort of like a reimagining, I guess. I don't think it's a remaster by any means. I know the original is backwards compatible. I've heard this game's kind of like a mix between the gameplay style like of Deus Ex and Doom, I guess. I've heard good things about this game. Some people say it's pretty good, some people say it's not as good now that they think about it, but for £6, couldn't really complain. And then we have 11 games in here. I've got one PS4 game. I'll start off with that, and that is, I'm happy about it, Too Dark Limited Edition. And it's new, and it was £15 from my local store. The limited edition of Too Dark, and it comes with a small art book. Perhaps I'll go through the art book in an ASMR video. And it also comes with a steel case, which is really cool. Steel case, and it also comes with 2 discs, the game and the soundtrack CD. I got it on the PS4. It is a multi-platform game. I just got it on the PS4 to boost up my PS4 collection. But also, so what is this game? It's basically a sort of survival horror game based around like children being murdered. I believe it is. It's weird. It's a really dark game. I've heard good things about it though. I hear it's a pretty good game. It's very dark and disturbing, but for £15 for a limited edition game, I couldn't really complain. It's a nice little limited edition, but what I like about this game is this is one of them games that's an indie title. This is an indie title game, and similar to what I said with Slain, I think over time the physical versions of indie games and digital games that come out as a physical version often increase in value over time. So for £15 for a new one, unfortunately it's got a little bit of stickiness there, unfortunately. Probably must have been a sticker or something on there before, but it's new. It says it's new. I should have really picked up a different case now that I think about it, but hey, I can't really complain. A game that I haven't played, and it's basically a survival horror, and the gameplay style is sort of like top-down, you know, 16-bit old school horror, RPG Maker style games, that sort of thing. But I've heard good things about it. Next in this bag I have 10 games, so 6 PS2 games and 4 Xbox games. Now, from the game shop called Game City, they had 10 PS2 games for £5. But I also said, what about the original Xbox, because they were all together, and I said, and he goes, yeah, okay, I can do that for you. So I picked out a few of them. Most of the games there were common games or games that I already owned. So these are just pretty much the ones that I picked out that I don't own. So we'll start with the original Xbox ones, and then we'll go on to the PS2 ones. But still, 4 Xbox classic games and 6 PS2 games, 10 games for £5, can't really complain. So for the original Xbox, I picked up Shattered Union. This is it looks like a real-time strategy tactical game. It looks alright. It's not backwards compatible yet, unfortunately, so yeah, but it's still a game that I didn't own, couldn't really complain about it. Like I said, all this came, so it's pretty much a works out 50p a game, pretty much. I picked up also Genma Onimusha. Like I said, some of these titles aren't in the best of condition, but I can't really complain for the games when they're this cheap. I believe, I don't know if this is yeah, it's still in the Onimusha series, but this is a exclusive version of Onimusha, and it's sort of like a mix between Ninja Gaiden and Devil May Cry style game, and Resident Evil thrown in there as well. Phantom Crash, Speed, Stealth, Survival. I don't know why, but there's something about this game that makes me think it's hard to find. I don't know. It's a mech game. I think, actually, no, I believe I've seen this I know I've seen this somewhere. I think it was a Hidden Gems video that Metal Jesus did. I believe he said that this game was quite, I'm sure it was this. I'm seeing it in one of his videos. It might have been a Hidden Gems video, or a game that had, yeah, I'm sure it was a Hidden Gem. I'm sure it was, or something like that. And then also picked up Midtown Madness 3. It's a racing game, but it looks pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. It looks like a pretty fun game, can't really complain. And I believe this is, it's an exclusive. So pretty much, I believe all of these games are exclusives. And can't really complain, because there's a chance they might become backwards compatible. So I can't really complain there. And then 6 PS2 games, again, pretty good stuff. So, up first we picked up Monster House. The case, again, is pretty bad. But like I said, cases can be replaced. The game is pretty much what you're going for. Cases can be replaced. The movie was decent. It was a little bit one of them movies that's like, wow, this was a kids movie. I don't know how good the game is, however. I think the game's alright, but it's a movie based game. Didn't have it. And then I picked up 2002 FIFA World Cup. Yes, a lot of the games were sports titles, but when they're cheap and they're part of the bundle deal, it's worth picking them up. So 2002 FIFA World Cup, didn't own it. Endgame. Now this is weird because again, I saw this game on a video, and I also actually said to myself when I was thinking about doing this video later on, earlier this morning, that I would actually Endgame would be in there, and it was. So this is pretty much a light gun shooter, very similar to Time Crisis. And a lot of people say this game is actually better than what it is. Then I picked up NFL Street. I don't have this one. I do have the third one, I believe, and maybe even the second one. So I didn't have this one. I'm sure I don't. I'll know when I profile these games after this video anyway. Another sport title. They did have Okami in there, and I was so tempted to pick it up, but it had a price sticker of £8. So that one, and that was the shop's own price sticker. So chances are I probably wouldn't have got that. I should have tried, actually, now that I think about it. And then I picked up Eve of Extinction. I've heard mixed reviews about this game. Some people say this game's pretty good. Others say it's a little bit repetitive and it's not that great. But some people say it's a decent title for what it is. You know, don't look at it as what it ain't. Look at it what it is. Never played it before. I do see this game quite often, though. And then last but not least, Aragon. I believe I played this on the Xbox 360, and it was alright, nothing special. Can't really complain about it. Again, movie title, but a game that I don't own on PS2, so, you know, my PS2 collection has been boosted. I've now got, you know, some more games for it that I can sort of mark off. Like I said, some of these cases aren't in the best of condition, but they're all, by the looks of it, everything here is complete, so I can't really complain. So for me today, the best thing that I did pick up was, I know it's not going to seem like a good pickup, but that Dreamcast game, because whenever I can find a Dreamcast game for £2, I'm not going to complain, because let's be honest, guys, Dreamcast is getting more and more expensive. And I know, like I said, I know it's a basic game, and I know it's nothing special, but I can't really complain. It's a game that I didn't own, and it's for a system that I don't own. And I will do that sometimes. If there's a game for a system I don't own that I know is a little bit more expensive to collect for, I will get it, because I can do it if anyone wants to trade, or also I want to resell it on in the future or something like that. So I can't really complain. But I was happy to get a new PS4 game, but I've pretty much got a bit for everything, really. Some retro stuff in here, you know, more PS2 games. I always love getting me PS2 games. And like I said, I spent not even £45 on all this, so I can't get moaned at for that, you know. And that's what I want to do, is perhaps limit myself to, say, £50 each time I get paid, to treat myself, to add to the collection. That way I know that I'm not spending more than I should. But overall, guys, I've been very, very, very happy with everything that I got. I love getting, so like I said, you know, 4 original Xbox titles, can't really complain there. Dreamcast game, you know, 2 Xbox One games, 1 Xbox 360 game, and like I said, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 PS2 games, by the way. 9. That's mad. 9. And 1 PS4 game. So some old, some new, some good, some bad, some common, some uncommon, but 1 limited edition. So that's pretty much it for today's pickups. But a nice hefty bag of goodies in there. So I hope you guys have a good week. If there's not a video anymore in this week, I'm sorry. I might do a video at some point this week. I'll try to. I'm going out tomorrow night to play bowling with my mate, so looking forward to that. So anyway guys, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like, and of course feel free to comment comment below. Let me know if this stuff's any good. Let me know what you've picked up recently. Let me know if these games are any good, if there's something in here that actually is much better than I think it is. And of course feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, and join the family. And of course, have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and bye bye.